Let's just try this out. Numbers are a little random, but we're just experimenting, right? Alright, welcome back to more Standard on Arena with the new Tarkir cards now available. We're playing an old favorite, of course, Esper Pixie, one of the decks I play the most on stream. And Sunpearl Kirin is a phenomenal new addition to it. It's another bouncer like Pixie and Fear. It's a little bit worse than Fear because it has less toughness, but it has Flash, which is really cool. You already have a few instant speed things you can do in the deck with nowhere to run and town ain't big enough, so it works well with those. And we have some No More Lies in the sideboard I want to try out alongside Sunpearl Kirin as well. So you can cast your Kirin or cast your No More Lies, depending on what happens and how you're feeling. Other than that, standard Esper Pixie stuff. You play your things, you bounce your things, you replay your things, you feel pretty good about it. I'm going to be trying out some more like radically different builds over the next couple weeks as well, but this is very much my old build, just with Kirin in, and we're just going to see how it feels in this build. And if the vibes are nice on having extra bouncers in your deck. I think this is a mulligan. We can't really cast anything particularly. Well, I am going to keep this on 6 because Pixie Talent is the most powerful opening in the deck. But obviously it's awkward that we don't have black mana yet. Alright, we'll play out the talent. Next turn we'll have a real nice bounce turn, hopefully. Oh, we're against Omniscience, okay. Oh, we're against Oculus, that also makes sense. Well, the Swamp is a phenomenal draw against Oculus, because we get to take that Oculus out of the yard. Ideally take one from the hand as well. Let's go. Wow, look at that Dreams of Steel and Oil. What a phenomenal card that is this game. Oh, hey Noel, good to see you. Yeah, they're torching to buy time, makes sense. Slow me down a bit. I can cast this for the prowess trigger. Dreams alone makes Oculus unplayable. That's such an aggressive claim. But also it is pretty great against them, I can't deny. Alright, here's the Bitter Reunion. Discards a spell pass. Makes sense, makes sense. I guess we're just getting our prowess triggers in. Well, they might have another spell pass here. I guess they're getting they could just be getting priority for the bitter. I kind of want to cast this anyway, because then next turn I can like activate Anchorage or return a spell with Stormchasers. Get in for 8. It does feel like casting Dreams of Steel and Oil single-handedly won us this game. That card is very silly. There's a FOMO. It discards a Steam Core, so they get to get back a Steam Core. That's really nice. We can kill one blocker with Destroy Evil, though, if they don't have Torch open. Yeah, they're dead. We kill a blocker, get in for 8. Oh, that also, you know, plays pretty well. Nice game. All right, so we're against Oculus. So I definitely want all my dreams in. Definitely do not want this Kaito. Destroy Evil's pretty nice. Preach is pretty nice. Do I want these No More Lies? Quite possibly. They seem fine. They don't seem like phenomenal. Maybe they'd be better on the play. I definitely want to get rid of these breakers. Trim a Nightmare. I have this Ghost Vacuum too. I forgot to board it in last time we played this matchup because I'm very derpy. Oh, that's crazy, Noel, huh? Is that a question mark? Indeed, indeed. Although that was the 4-color control deck we were playing, rather than this. Carry on, then. We will. Alright. Seems fine. Got the dreams that we want. Island, apparently. Might as well lead on our Stormchasers to get our pressure going. Seems great. Alright. If I knew they didn't have Spell Pierce, I would lead on Nightmare. Spell Pierce kind of forces me to lead on Dreams, I think. And then go Vacuum. Okay, they don't have Spell Pierce. They do have a Scholar we can take, which is great news. I could get the Vacuum down to be super safe, but they don't even have a reanimation spell in hand. I'm pretty happy just getting these Nightmares going, I think. Whilst we know they can't discard any creatures. Like, obviously they have plenty of cards they're happy to discard, but their whole deck has a bunch of looting in it, so like every card you get rid of limits their options of their looting. Okay, they're just killing an otter. I am thrilled. Over the moon. So happy. I guess I could just say go and bounce both of these because I really want to make a new otter. It sounds reasonable. Making an otter is kind of the priority at the moment. To get some pressure. It's like we draw... Drawing 2 cards off the town is like obviously a little bit unexciting. Because we already are flush with cards and lacking in mana, but... That makes sense. Also, we get to hold open no. We've got to hold open nowhere to run in case they tried to memory to grow a creature. That was also pretty nice. Bounce these. Oh my god, what I would do for a land. It would be so good. Let's lead on Nightmare. See if they discard a creature into my Vacuum. Unfortunately, they are able to hard cast Oculus range. I now have to play the Vacuum, right? To like threaten to take the Scholar. Proft is very cool in that deck. Yeah, doubling it up with FOMO triggers is like kind of absurd. Very, very cool. A 5 in yards. They could sack the Bitter to try and cast an Oculus. And then we would proactively hit their Scholar before they can exile 6 things from the yard. Nice. Alright. So if I Nightmare, they get to discard a thing so that they can cast their Oculus, but then I can eat the thing with the Vacuum, so it's fine. I guess I am doing that. Then we just need to proactively exile something before their turn to make it less likely they can cast this unbeatable Oculus that they have in hand. Oh, that's such a relief that they didn't Oculus me that turn. Okay, okay. I think we just need to stock up and look for like a removal spell. Okay, all these. Darkslick Pixie, I guess. They have 5 in yard, so currently I can proactively Vacuum if they go to put something in yard. That puts a Naidatic memory in the yard, I guess. That's kind of like terrifying, I guess, a little bit. Alright, so I get rid of this. They put a memory in the yard. Means they're threatening to cast an Oculus. They cast anything else, they get to grow it out of nowhere to run range. Is interesting. FOMO, yep. The FOMO is gonna grow. Oh my god, do they have Helping Hand as well? Are we about to get like mega got? This is so disgusting. Oh my god. Punished for using the vacuum, I guess. Though they would have been able to cast it anyway if I hadn't, so you know. Doesn't really make a difference. God, bricking on land drops this game has been so brutal. Just like Pixie is a deck that wants to hit every land for the entire game. And we very much did not do that. Wow, I kind of have to like proactively use this vacuum to get them off FOMO, I guess. Am I stock upping to look for an answer, or am I using Nowhere to Run to try and kill FOMO? I maybe have to use Nowhere to Run. It feels so terrible there. Feels like so heinous. Because then they're like just gonna have... I guess we're just dead. We just can't beat this Oculus. We're like too far behind on mana. Beat at this game. It's definitely the most embarrassing thing to cast right now, but you know. Yeah. Alright. Game free. Okay, let's be on the play. Am I keeping this? Pretty rough. I guess I'm mulliganing. Sounds pretty good though. What am I getting rid of? I definitely want to keep Pixie because it's the best card in the deck. Stormchaser is pressure. I'm a little bit worried if we keep Nightmare. They're just going to discard Oculus and do the thing, which we can't deal with at the moment. So I guess I get rid of it, and then we can go tap land, and then turn 2 we can go Talent bounce it with Pixie. It uses my mana a bit better than if I play Talent on 1, I think. Although it exposes us to Spell Piss. Dreams, interesting. Very nice card, but I'd like to get some pressure going first, I think. Obviously, this could play into Chasm, but gotta do something. There's the Chasm, but it kind of 1-for-1 with my Nurturing Pixie, so it could be a lot worse for me. Obviously, bricking on a land is like truly horrendous. Wow. Oh no, this is rough. Bricking on dreams, bricking on land, and their hand being pretty incredible. Awkward confluence of factors right now. I could fear this talent and replay it, but then it could get spell pissed. Enjoyable game of Magic Gathering. I would not go that far. Like, developing a 2/3 is fine. I almost worry that I have to, like, recur something with the Stormchasers to be in this game, though. So I'm gonna fear the talent. And let it get spell pissed. Letting it get spell pissed is rough. I guess if I just say go, and we draw on tap land, and they cycle this profts, they can only counter one of our 2 things. Okay, that's a pretty good card. Now they can't counter the talent, I guess. They can still pierce the stock up though. Do I need to just get the Pierce out their hand? Since they're always gonna have negate open anyway, and like at least this way next turn we can like recur the stock up with the talent. It's so hard for me to imagine winning that game. I also can't really imagine managing to like play around the Spell Pierce forever. We have Sunpearl Kirin in the deck, yeah. We also just played a deck before this that had like a million Tarkir cards in. Here's a memory. All right. Nowhere to running this whilst it's a free is pretty appealing. Yes. Anything usable for Esper Bounce? I mean, Sunpearl Kirin is another copy of like one of the best cards in your deck, right? So it sounds pretty interesting. Oh, they have the Destroy Evil. That's so good. Wait, they waited? Oh, they messed up the timing. They could have stopped me getting anything back if they timed this better. Right. One of them's still going to be an X3 at least. Unless they... Yeah, they don't get a... Yeah. They still get to know where to run something here. If I cast this and it gets negated, it's so bad for me. Yeah, these counter spells are being such a nightmare. Maybe I meant to board in Duresses? The other players I played against who are on the Oculus deck, when I board in Duresses, the Duresses always look kind of bad. But this opponent has so many counter spells in. They might want this to die for like a reanimation effect. It's also pretty hard to pass up that block when I'm on 9. Yep, here we go. Seems good. Also a 3/4, so it doesn't get nowhere to run anymore. All right. Yep, it's a good draw. I guess we're dead. Just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, that was a brutal game. Mull to 6, and then our dreams bricks, and we miss our third land drop for a turn. Just like everything that can go wrong. Well, I guess I'm probably meant to keep this on 6 on the draw. It has perfect mana. And it does have a lot of potential, but obviously has a lot of risks involved too. Just fire it off. Oh, they're on the prowess stack. They probably have Steel Cutter. I am worried Steel Cutter seems like a card that lines up very well against Pixie, generally. That one I'm a little spooked about. Yeah, is it prowess? Exactly. Kirin's like pretty nice, huh? Yeah, here we go, I guess. Interesting. We have to immediately make a token. I guess we don't have any answers to the Steel Cutter in our deck at the moment, right? This is pretty sick. It doesn't feel terribly realistic to not trade her. All right. So I guess I am nightmaring. This card is so cool. Oh my god. I'm just completely dead. How do you ever beat this card? This is actually kind of crazy. I guess we just need to shred their hand, right? So that they don't have spells to cast in the first place. Yeah, we put them on top deck mode and hope that that is good enough. That's a pretty nice one. They don't have the mana for it yet. Oh, nice job, Daniel. Oh, yeah. Oh, this gives haste to the otter. Sick. Okay. That's an interesting card with Tarby in the yard. Oh my god, I need them to not find another spell here. Rise to the bottom. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Sunken. Good to have you here. Yeah, the Steel Cutter card's absurd. Like, it genuinely seems like a pretty incredible card against Pixie. Right? I'm not really sure what Pixie is meant to do about this card yet. It's gonna take a bit of figuring out. Crazy. Maybe we're like in the main deck Preacher's arc. Preacher's pretty good against that card, right? So many of our cards seem so bad against our opponent's deck. Like, these momentum breakers are pretty heinous. Oh, does this take artifacts? Right, thank you. Yeah. Pest Control? Yeah, I guess this is probably good against them. It's kind of weird. They can regain the token so easily, but maybe it's something we want. I'm not sure what we would cut for this. Is one of the problems. Like, I could trim on some nowhere to runs, but then I worry I get hit by Slickshot instead. But town is pretty good against Slickshot, of course. It's also rough because their tokens get haste, right? I'm gonna try this. Am I set on a deck for RC Bologna? I am not. It's like most likely that I play either Gruul or Pixie. But I do want to experiment with some of the new cards too. For sure. It says no interaction, but like, it's a pretty aggressive hand. I think I'm into it. And yeah, definitely come say hi. I love meeting people. Nah, I don't think Domain's an option for me, really. I think if I was to play Domain, there would just be like too much learning to do before then. And also, I just don't really like Domain as much as the other two. Domain is a very good deck, don't get me wrong. I would not blame anyone for registering it, but I don't think it's really an option that interests me, necessarily. You're afraid of the mirrors? Yeah, the Domain mirrors seem pretty grim. Cannot deny. I think the mirrors are pretty grim with all the top decks, though. Pixie mirrors suck. Mice mirrors suck. Like, I'm not sure you're getting away from that one, no matter what you play. Please don't have Spell Pierce, friend. Please. They do. Was I meant to play around it? It slows our clock so much to play around it, but also losing that enchantment is just a complete nightmare. That's a good draw at least. Flowerfoot? Oh, what card is Flowerfoot? Oh, is that the mouse that you can offspring? That card's interesting. I think Gruul is just more my style. I don't know. The mono red deck is very good. Don't get me wrong. I love mono red as well. But I just feel pretty comfy with the play patterns of Gruul in comparison. Whereas mono red, I'm like still kind of learning. So worried that if I know where to run now, this gets pierced. Maybe I just take this. Then I can Pixie it. Yeah, they do have a pass. Interesting. Get rid of this show off. Then I could Pixie this. I could also just hold open town and like eat this piss. It doesn't sound like a phenomenal idea to me though. Your style is to pick a slow deck and pilot it like a fast deck, and what I want is to pick a fast deck and pilot it like a slow deck. I just pilot every deck like a slow deck. I don't know. Well, we get to answer this light shatter, I guess. They might have the rage, of course. Oh, that's an interesting card too. Huh. They do not have the rage. Incredible. I'm just gonna fire this off. Get a card out of their hand. Yeah, Flowerfoot does seem like a sweet one. Is the new Verge the right way around? I can't remember the red-white Verge. Like, does it... Oh, I guess you kind of almost want it to lead on white, though, if you're playing Flowerfoot, maybe. Maybe it's fine. Yeah, it's base white, which is kind of worse, but if you have enough mountains, maybe it's still fine. I don't know. It's weird. Interesting. Oh, Civ, by the way, yeah, I really enjoyed Zulok in Hearthstone. That was like my main deck for a while. And that's like exactly what you're saying, where it's like technically an aggressive deck, But every game action you take is just controlling the board. If you're taking a game action that's not controlling the board, you're playing the deck wrong, and eventually your opponent dies. Because, like, every time you control the board, you're also getting in for, like, 2 damage. God, I love that deck. There's, like, nothing like it in Magic, honestly. Perfect mana, but, like, 5 lands. I think this is a mulligan. Okay, this is probably a keep. Get rid of Nightmare. No, Nightmare's good with Kirin, but we have nowhere to run for Kirin as well. The Nightmare is quite nice against them, but I think the other cards are all too important. A little bit worried about getting the Spell Pierce, but of course we are casting it. Gotta take the equipment, so that's the Spell Pierce. Please don't have the equipment, friend. Please don't have it. That card is terrifying. I could play the Talent for Kirin later. I could also just say go with this Nowhere to Run open though, and I think that's more appealing. Uses my mana better. Pretty bad into a lot of things as well, but like maybe we just use none of our mana. Okay, here's the Steel Cutter. Yeah, I'd be curious to see the red-white mouse deck. Sounds sweet. I'm just gonna know where to run this. We just need to stem the bleeding whilst we get set up, I guess. Unfortunately, the Steel Cutter is on the table and we just have to accept that that is our life. I could go Talent Kirin. I kinda just want to resolve the stock up and look for like a Loran or something. Preach is interesting. Curious. Well, there's a Light Shatter. Please don't go land spell. They can do that, unfortunately. Okay, and this gets it out of nowhere to run range too. Interesting. Pretty good for them. No profitable attacks. We have to block the Light Shatter. Just to not die horrifically. Probably have to go Kirin this nowhere to run, kill this token, I guess. Although basically anything saves it, which is annoying. Okay, they are getting priority. I guess I just go for it now. Nice. Of course, a new token tramples over our 2/1, if they can make one. Well, they cannot make one, thank goodness. Kinda just wanna like play my land, start pressuring them. Play this Talent, and then Kirin the Nowhere in their turns, that we have it open when we stock up. Okay, land is alright. We don't have a Tabi, so let's cast the stock up. Find Pixie Nightmare? That's not bad. We can Nightmare this card from their hand. We discard a land. I could hit the final card. I guess I really want to have nowhere open for this Spire though. Maybe shouldn't be casting this Pixie. Yeah, I'm just giving them info for no reason. Get in with the Kirins for sure. Am I attacking with the Otter? I think I have to. I think I have to be like threatening to kill them, right? Because Steel Cutter means we don't want to bank on having the long game. Second Steel Cutter, terrifying. You have the spell. How is the Quarry feeling? The Kirin or the Quarry Steel Cutter? Slightly ambiguous. The Quarry Steel Cutter has looked unbelievably good. Kirin's felt pretty nice. Although Kirin does feel like it has some real deck building costs. It's like the one downside of the card. Alright, we got that. Oh my god, that felt so scary. I feel like the games that they don't draw a Steel Cutter are like probably pretty easy though. It's just like specifically that card that's just terrifying. Interesting. That was a cool match, yeah, that was interesting. That was a fun one. I'm surprised we won that game free. We had to like block the Preacher to not die. Alright, I am off. I gotta go have some food before my coaching session. I will be back on Thursday. We're gonna do a bunch of Magic then. We're gonna...